Last week I published a video trying to answer the best I could about some of the questions that some viewers on private emails have sent me. I did the best I could. It appears that some people they just would like to get more, but unfortunately, that's exactly what I do. I didn't withhold any information. I said in my favorite hobbies are, working in the yard. I mean, besides writing and reading, and of course my professional work is to be in the yard, and especially it's to springtime. And it's important for me, just like everybody, all the neighbors, everyone is doing the same thing. Make sure that the yards are neat and clean and it's green, and it's also multicolor since we have flowers also that are blooming, and that's precisely what I do. And besides that, I say every morning when I wake up, I I devote an hour of exercise because I believe that a good morning exercise is extremely important for the day. I mean, as you all know, I mean, you have sometimes have to be strong to go through the day because of barrages of stress and unexpected uh, obligations. Then you understand that how that can interfere with your peace of mind. And for someone in my bracket of age, that peace of mind is fundamentally important. So I'm going to play a little bit of the video that I published last time, and also, but before I do so, I just want to remind everyone, like I said in the video last week, is I and some other colleagues have put together a small press. It's called Village Care Publishing, and what we're trying to do is to bring awareness to writers out there who may probably have some difficulties to try to get published or to establish themselves as critically acclaimed writers. So Village Care Publishing is interested in seeing the writings of these authors. If you are a young writer, or if you are a debut, I would say, interested in a debut novel, you can check out our submission guidelines, and we plan on publishing at least, I mean, two books per year with very small price. So we also ask, before you submit, clearly read what we're looking for. And then don't forget also to, if you like the video, at the end of it, just let me know, and by clicking or hitting the like button at the bottom of it. And of course, last but not least, continue to support my literary journey, and I'm talking about supporting. Get your friends to get copies of Bittersweet, the Bittersweet Duo, and also my previous books too. So let me just play a small portion of the video that I published last week. I truly believe in that. And also the other things I love to do. Now it's spring, and the flowers are blooming, and the leaves are back again. So I'm always in the yard and try to make sure that my flowers are back and blooming just like last year. So I really love gardening, and especially work around my garden. That's my favorite passion besides writing and reading, quite frankly. Other things also I love to do in terms of hobby is going out with the family on a weekend and trying to, we are adventurers, so we're always on the hunt for new restaurants, for new cuisine, and
And since my wife is such a lovely cook, so we're always exploring to see. She's always exploring, by the way, to see what's new she could bring into our own cuisine in the house. Lastly, I love to travel, meeting local people, whether if it's locally, and what I mean by that, throughout the state of Florida, or whether if it means out of state. One of the advantages when you live in North Florida is the luxury of many of the other southern states are quite in your reach, actually. We're talking about Georgia and Alabama, Mississippi, the Carolinas, and even Louisiana. So it's important to for me, for a person like me who really likes to speak to people, to learn about their daily lives, how they do to cope with what seems to be an increasingly unforgiving world. So I love to do that, and by traveling and meeting ordinary people, it gives me also the ammunition that a great writer needs in order to put words into beautiful fictional stories. And as you know, that fiction reflects reality. So you can't really write compelling stories and expect people to find connection with them without bringing things that they know, things that they can see themselves, that perhaps maybe the suffering, the joy, the happiness of places. And lastly, the other things also I really would like to do, but this one is more, I would say, I think of it of more of an obligation than it is a hobby. Because what I'm trying to say is, as a writer, you always like to meet readers, to connect with them, to expose your work. So this is something I feel I always have to do. So that's why every month I'm dedicated to meeting and bringing awareness to my writings. And the best way to do that is to visit different local book clubs and also find connection with local writers. So that way, not only I can get, it brings me some encouragement also, because we are, at the end of the day, writers in the same struggle to bring awareness to humanity. So that's like I said, I'm a writer. I love to write, and of course, every writer has a dream. It is no longer an aspiration, but a dream to see your work is being read by strangers, and it's a dream. It is something that you yearn for. And every time I go to a place and I see people coming up to me and they say, you know what, you're the author of Bittersweet Memories of Last Spring, or you are the author of Midnight at Noon. And I have to say, yes, I am. Oh, I read your story. I feel quite a connection with the Haitian community, and also the story of Haiti, its people, its struggle. This warms my heart every time I hear that. But not everybody really knows my other publications too. I remember back in 2004, I published, that was my first novel, titled Alicia Maldonado, A Mother Lost. That was my first novel. And since then, I've been writing a lot, conceived, quite a few manuscripts. But out of all my manuscripts, I published simply 4. As you know them already, the first one, as I said, was Alicia, and then the second one was Midnight back in 2015. And of course, the past couple of years, I published 2 books, put into one story. So, yeah. But I do have other works that I plan on publishing sometime in the future. But I'm not going to tell you what they are. And as every fictional work, you always want to keep the element of surprise until the very last time, the very last moment, and then you start raising awareness about what's coming. And I hope, just like my previous published books, my future publications also would get the appreciation that I think that they deserve. But if you also interested in learning about my works, you can also follow me on Twitter. You can also listen to my podcast. I have a podcast which is published by CSMS Magazine, a magazine that's been right now 17 years old. It's been, the magazine, it's CSMS Magazine, but the podcast name is The Conversation. That's where I meet the authors from across the world, from Europe, from North America. I say North America just to include the US, Canada, and even Mexico. I've also speak with movie producers and also movie directors. It's all about fiction works and what I love to do. So if you're truly interested in learning more about my works, what I do as a writer, you can just follow me, watch The Conversation on YouTube, and read CSMS Magazine.